Welcome back to Theodicy Podcast with, of course, your girl Word. Yes, I'm back in the building, and it has been extremely long time since we have been together. For those of you who do pop in and show me support, and for those of you who do show me support in the bushes or happen to do a replay, I appreciate it all. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, give you a little background of what's been going on. I've been a little bit under the weather on top of getting back into work, on top of you already know kids getting sick, all of that great stuff that happens. I call it great stuff because trust and believe me, it really is not great, right? But yeah, so pretty much I just been under the weather. Kids been a little under the weather. This COVID supposed alleged COVID, which let me just put it out there, guys. You can't catch COVID, but you can catch coronavirus. Um, yeah. So just been going through a lot. As you can see, I changed my lifetime so many times just because life takes over. And I do have a small baby, and she's like very demanding. However, I just wanted to jump right in. I wanted to leave you guys with a few things that came across that came across my desk that I definitely want you guys to keep in mind. If you see what's on my screen right now, disease X, scientists, world leaders prepare for a virus um, for it coming soon. Prepare for a virus far deadlier than COVID. So as y'all can see, I can never get a minute, and every time I turn on my live, my daughter she comes. So hold on 1 minute, guys. Hold on 1 moment. I'm sorry about that, guys, but like I said, every time I try to like sneak away and get a minute, my daughter and once I'm not on the computer, my daughter don't even she be in her own world. Soon as I get ready to touch the live button and go live, here she comes. But that's life. Anyway, like I was saying, disease X, scientists, world leaders prepare for a virus far deadlier than COVID. So global elites plan for disease X. As y'all can see where it came across not too long ago, I honestly heard about this uh day before yesterday, and I was trying to actually come on day before yesterday, but it didn't work out in my favor. However, you have all these scientists and world leaders that basically are preparing for a more deadlier disease, which is called disease X, which is far more deadlier than the coronavirus. They had this uh, meeting, I should say, in Davidos, Switzerland. The World Health Organization, who is hosting leaders from around the world to discuss preparations for the next pandemic. They fear that this particular disease X could kill 20 times as many people than coronavirus. So I'm bringing this to you for you guys to prepare because we do have what they call another pandemic on the way. They're saying is far more deadlier. However, I believe that they're trying to roll out another vaccine. I'm not telling people what to do, but I think that just from the experiences when they rolled out the vaccines for the coronavirus. I think if you do your reports on what is happening with people that took these vaccinations for the coronavirus, the health issues they've been having, and it's not even only the older people. We're talking about kids ranging from the ages to like 13 years old to 17 years old, where they're playing sports and they're falling ill behind playing sports, or certain things are starting to fail. And when you figure out to yourself, like, okay, before, whether my child or a family member was vaccinated, were they going through all these complications? And honestly, when the research comes about, it seems like the vaccination that has been handed out for the coronavirus has did a little bit more damage than it has actually helped people. So I would say with this disease X that's about to hit us, which is a part of another pandemic, please, before you guys rush out to go get vaccinated because they're telling you you need this vaccine as you're going to die, do your research. See if you can go about just keeping your health um well by eating certain things properly, even going holistic if you have to. You understand what I'm saying? Just another alternative versus you rushing to take this vaccine. And if you're not, like, a lot of people that ran to take the coronavirus vaccination, they were not sure what was in that vaccination. And then so many other reports came out about things that were in the that were in the vaccine. However, guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure I rush a little bit before she comes and get everything out. So I definitely wanted you guys to just, be aware we're about to head into another pandemic. And like I said, in my opinion, is just for them to roll out another vaccination. And if you guys are not aware, with the coronavirus, they made billions of dollars off the coronavirus vaccination from and mind you, they had you get 3 shots. They were pushing 3 shots out there. And to be honest with you, now we have another um virus coming out that can kill people. And so now you're going to push out another vaccination that clearly is not going to help anybody. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. I don't think it's going to help anybody. And for those of you who may be getting sick or having symptoms and not feeling correctly, yes, I know the first instinct is to go to the hospital, but also be aware that you go into these hospitals and you go in a certain type of way, and for some reason you come out more sicker than you went in. So just be mindful of that too. Like I said, if you can go about finding other ways to assist with your health, but particularly if you choose to go the holistic route, I honestly think that'll be the best move. So that is that with this situation. I'll keep updating you guys as I get information on this disease X and what vaccinations they're planning to roll out for this particular disease. They did not disclose too much information as of right now. So I'm just giving you basic information from what I've got. So now I just think, like, yeah, they're putting this out there and they're gonna, a lot of people get scared and get nervous, but please guys, do your research, be mindful about what you're about to do, and think twice about it before actually doing it. And then ask yourself, if you are one of the people that did take the vaccinations for the coronavirus, ask yourself what health issues you have had. Have you gotten sick frequently? And the times that you have gotten sick frequently, even with having the vaccination for the coronavirus, has it assisted in helping you in any type of way? And that will lead you into this next vaccination rollout that'll make you think twice about even going that route and getting vaccinated. However, everybody has their choice. That is just my opinion. I'm not pushing anything on anybody. That is solely just my opinion. So then, in more news, guys, let's go in. Let me stop sharing this real quick. We have American Intel, guys. American Intel. I don't know if you guys are aware of things that has been going on. Currently, right now, American Intel officials, they are currently afraid. They are afraid that the United States let's put it like this. They're scared that we're about to be under attack. The United States officials are worried about an attack by the Hezbollah military. The United States, other terrorist groups like the ISIS didn't have the capabilities that the Hezbollah military has. Um, I feel all types of ways about it, but also I feel like we're about to come into another situation. Um, and if you guys are aware of like the World Trade Center and certain attacks that happened way back when, you know what I mean? If you ask me, doing my research, a lot of what was said, I do not believe, unfortunately, when it comes down to like the World Trade Center and them putting Al Qaeda, Saddam Hussein, and all of that in the mix to say that they were the ones who caused the death of the many who died in the World Trade Center. And that's just one of the examples that I'm actually giving you guys. And I want us to just be aware before we start to feel, because during that time, I'll just give you a briefing. During that time when the attack happened on the World Trade Center, a lot of people, Arabics, and a lot of people that were from Iran and Iraq that live here or had family here went through a lot of discrimination based on what was put out on the media. And for me, guys, don't believe everything you see in the media, because not everything you see on your news channel or what they bring to you is actual factual, because they don't really go into depths of the things that our American government does when they go to other countries. Okay? So right now the US, like I said, the US official intelligence, they're definitely saying that they're nervous because now they're stating that Hezbollah military has more capabilities that can possibly overpower the United States and have a chance of them successfully having an attack on American soil. I don't know how valid, um for me, that is when it comes down to the Hezbollah military, but it's a lot going on with the military. You got military going against military. Those are things that you also could like dive into and read up on, but just prepare for something else, because I think that the government has something else in works that we're not aware of. So just stay tuned for that, for real, because I genuinely think that's what's happening. And for me, I'm not going to jump and attack people based on things that you don't know is true. And if you're not sure about Hizambah is like Middle East, is dealing with the Lebanese people. And I'm sure like we don't know what their sufferings are in their country, what they consistently going through. And like I said, our American government goes to these countries and they feel like they can just do whatever they want and take whatever they want and place things wherever they want. These are people's homes. You know what I mean? This is a person's homeland that you're coming to and telling them what to do in their homeland, or trying to take and make them suffer even more, and then sit back and act like they don't have the right to fight. They do have the right to fight. They have the right to fight for what they deserve. They have the right to fight for what they are not willing to tolerate. And I'm sure a lot of their people died in the process. Like I said, this government is so messed up because, like I said, they don't never put in front what's actually going on. You understand what I'm saying? What they're actually going to other countries and doing. They just don't. So if you guys want to do your research on that, I will definitely keep you updated with that. But I definitely feel like they're preparing us for an attack and they already have the scapegoat. And I do feel like the scapegoat is going to be the Hezbollah military. I Like I said, I believe they're going to blame it on them. The Lebanese people are going to go through a whole lot of different sufferings or what have you based on what the American government is putting out right now. So just be aware for that. guys, and I'm gonna keep on doing my research on that also. I'm definitely gonna keep doing my research on that also. Forgive me, guys, because like I'm looking at certain things while I talk to you guys. So like, forgive me. um, Welcome, Puerto Rican 360. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for pulling up on me. I appreciate it so much. In other news, also, guys, by the way, before I even jump anywhere else, I also wanted to find, listen, matter of fact, I'm doing two things at a time. Forgive me, guys. I hope you guys are vibing out with me real quick while I give you news that's happening around the world. Um, this is a did you know? So back to the Hezbollah military. For those of you who may not have known, the Islamic Jihad organization, which later became a part of the Hezbollah, attack on the United States Embassy in Beirut in 1983, killing 63 people. The State Department has increased security at the embassy in recent weeks to starve off any attack on diplomats based in Lebanon. Now, they're saying in 1983, once once the Islamic Jihad became a part of Hezbollah, they attacked the United States embassy, and right now, currently, they definitely have high security to try to starve off on any attack that will happen on diplomats based in Lebanon. So that's that with that. So that was just like a did you know? And if you didn't know, now you do know. So I guess they're trying to push that out there to say, well, this is the reason why we feel like this can occur again. But it could occur in a more bigger way as far as their attacks because of their capabilities. But however, I have my opinion, which I just gave you guys on how I felt about that. I just want you guys to be aware of what we may be up against. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Yes, guys, sorry about that. I had to step away for a moment. But yes. Um so be aware. Be aware of something catastrophic happening. Um Trust that we may not know where it's gonna be at, but it looks like they're aiming to put everybody's vision on an attack happening on American soil. However, in other news, guys, I got news on top of news, so I'm trying to get everything out because I do have to get ready to go to work. But I just want to touch bases with everything with you all. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Crown Heights. Crown Heights, as you know, has a large Jewish community, and recently they found tunnels that were underneath a synagogue in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. And these tunnels contained, when they actually were able to go into the tunnels, it contained baby items and etc. And so much different things. It was set up. Now, 9 were arrested. It was total chaos. Um, the way that the Jewish people were able to go at the police the way that they did, I mean, when I think about it, if it was African American people, a lot of us would have probably been killed. Okay. um but it was just crazy how these Jewish people were able to attack these officers, and these officers wasn't really getting too crazy until towards like the ending or so. But I'm just going to give you a little rundown on that particular situation. This happened around January 9th. 9 men were charged with criminal mischief, of attempted criminal mischief, and other offenses after New York official to a Brooklyn synagogue. Viral posts made baseless claims that the tunnel was related to child sex trafficking, but the tunnel apparently resulted from a dispute between two sects over synagogue expansion. Now, to be honest with you, they could say what they want, and they could say that there's a lot of conspiracy theories based on the tunnel that was built underneath this synagogue. And trust and believe me, it's more. So this is not the only tunnel. Trust and believe me, it's more tunnels. Now, can they tell me that that's what it is for? Because they were having discrepancies with, I guess, the Hasidic Jews, mm, converted and Hasidic Jews were having complications with each other and arguing. I don't really know. I don't know how much I believe it, but I will say the amount of kids out of nowhere just disappearing. And then if you just go into a little bit of history, who live their life and bring up their children and etc., it'll blow your mind. I am not anti-Semitic. I am just reporting on what I've heard and what I'm putting also in my opinion. So do I believe that it could stand a chance that this tunnel that was built under the synagogue could be something sinister going on? Yes, I wouldn't put it past, because like I said, we have kids that's disappearing out like thin air. They're disappearing in thin air. You don't know if they went up or went down, and you could never find them. So where are they? And if it's tunnels that were able to be built like this, it's more tunnels, and we don't know what's down there. Okay? So I'm living in New York and I be hearing all this commotions, and we don't know what's happening down there, period, when they're building these tunnels, or what their real purpose for the tunnels are. I'm just going to say that much. Okay, guys? So I'm going to continue to follow more on this report, but please be mindful. Like, even be mindful with your children, because when I heard about this tunnel, to be honest with you, I'm like, listen, it just brought me back to the many kids that go missing. And then you ask yourself, like, how did these kids just disappear? And for me, it's just questionable about these tunnels. You know what I mean? Especially if there's no authorization, especially because it was kept a secret, right? And I don't care if you say that the government wouldn't have allowed you bullshit, because, like I said, it's more tunnels than the tunnel that was found underneath the synagogue in Crown Heights. Also, as I dig deep into that, I'm going to also find out about other tunnels that are based in New York City. But like I said, just be mindful, especially if you're a person that live in, listen, I don't care where you live. Just know that it's tunnels everywhere. And we just don't know exact locations and what are kept in these tunnels, but if you allow your imagination to go, you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Next thing I wanted to talk about with you guys really, really quickly. If you guys are not aware of Rashad Jamal, um, this is kind of something that's a little deep. I'm not gonna go too much in depth with it. I'm gonna give you a briefing of what's being said. However, I will tell you guys, please go and do your own research. And yes, there are women out here that will accuse men of doing things that they did not do because they're bitter. I'm not saying all women, but you do have some women that's out there that's very bitter. They're bitter because they ain't able to be with you, and you with another woman, whatever the situation may be, that will definitely, with their bitterness, decide to make up accusations. And for me, this is a situation like that, and I know this personally. However, my botherance with this is what they're trying to attach Rashad Jamal to. And like I said, I don't want to feed you guys minds on anything. You guys can go and do your own research. He also has a channel that he still conducts with the help of his wife and another friend, I believe, and is Cosmic Intelligence. He does take you in to understand about your body chakras, telling you about things that you're putting into your body, telling you about things that's around the world. Example, he spoke about the many man-made lakes all over. And we ask ourselves, like Lake Lanier, that's a man-made lake. Nobody would have never knew that under Lake Lanier was was a fast thriving black community called Oscarville. Okay, guys. And these are some of the things that he was basically unlocking, and also just basically giving you fruit of knowledge to unlock portals in your body by knowing how to use your chakras. Anyhow, guys, Rashad Jamal, August 23rd, Missouri, police believe the 6 people missing became followers of Rashad Jamal, a convicted child molester, allegedly, which is alleged. It's not factual. I ask you guys to please go and do your research, please. Um, and former rapper turned online guru. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Sorry, guys, my phone be ringing, life be life in. So back to what I was telling you guys about Rashad Jamal. So currently, police believe the 6 people missing became followers of Rashad Jamal, a convicted child molester and a former rapper turned online guru who operates the University of Cosmic Intelligence. Of course, the media is going to put out whatever they need to put out to paint a lot of our people that's trying to enlighten those who are looking for spiritual enlightenment. Um, like I said, I want you guys just to go do your own personal research on Rashad Jamal and listen to what he speaks about and what he's definitely not a nature boy. So for those of you who are familiar with like the nature boy and the polites, he's definitely none of that. And the saddest part about it is he did not get a fair trial. And he's in jail right now with an excessive amount of time because they offered him 5 years and he denied the 5 years because he said, why would I take 5 years for something I did not do? So that is currently why he is still in jail. They gave him an offer of 5 years. He denied the offer and he got hit with the max. I have sons, and I would never want my sons to come across a female that is so angry and so bitter to where she will make false allegations against my child. Okay? Knowing that that's not in his characteristics, that is not something he did. And then on top of it, based on the docs that came through, which I was able to be privy to some of the docs that came through, documents of this woman, which is his baby mother, which he does have a child by, making false accusations, multiple statements. None of the statements that she wrote, it every statement that she wrote was different. None of the statements that she wrote coincided exactly. So if you something occurred, you're going to be able to remember it, especially if it's something traumatic. It's nothing for you to forget. So if you write a statement one time and then you got to write a statement the second time, or you have to repeat what you said, it should never be no mistakes or mishaps or, oh, I forgot. You can't forget. If something traumatic happens to you or your child, like you stated, those the major points that you need to put out there, you shouldn't forget those, because those are things that you're saying that took place and it's traumatizing. However, guys, please go do your research. I am in support of Rashad Jamal. I definitely am in support of Rashad Jamal. Like I said, do your research. Because trust and believe me, those that those that don't want Rashad Jamal to enlighten the people because he's teaching people how to unlock portals of reality. This is why they are doing what they're doing. And like I said, he's not a nature boy. He's not a polite. He's not none of that. Go do your research. He's a brother that's locked up for something he did not do. And now they're trying to put other allegations on him. And like I said, I'm a mother of three boys, and I would never want my children to have to be in a relationship with a person that's bitter after my child decides to leave or walk out of the relationship, and you feel the way to go about it is to destroy my child's life, right? So just be mindful. Now don't get it twisted. We do got people out here that's pedophiles, okay? We do have child molesters out here. So we not saying that's we have them out there. But please, we also have people that's locked up that wrongly convicted for something they did not do. And a person should not have to spend the rest of their lives in jail for something that they did not do, based on a lie of somebody that was angry and wants to destroy another person. Look at when we look at, if you guys were familiar with the five little boys who got locked up for the lady in Central Park 5. These young boys were wrongly convicted for so many years, sat in jail for something that they didn't do, to then be released and come into society. And what? You guys gave them money, but money could never repair all that time that they lost with their loved ones, all that time that they lost being a child, all that time that they were able to be around parents, all that time they were able to grow and go through life experiences as young men. So all I'm saying is do your research, guys. Do your research on that. I will definitely be back in the building. This is Word Justice. Of course, you guys, I'm going to be coming back with news that you could use, news that's around our world that I believe that we all should be aware of. And you can always come here to get it. You feel me? So I want you guys to stay back. My daughter's calling me right now. I want you guys to stay prayed up, blessed up. I'll be back, guys. I will definitely be back. This is Word Justice. You already know what time it is. You see what's on the screen. I appreciate you guys so much. Puerto Rican 360. Thank you for pulling up on me. And yes, guys, I got to get prepared to go to work. And my daughter, she's upset because she's always upset about something when she can't get her own way. Y'all knows how that goes. And yeah, my life be lifing. So I hope y'all life be lifing too. And like I say, stay prayed up, stay blessed, and guys, research. This is the year that, how they say it, let's better yet say it like this. This is the time of Aquarius, where everything is starting to be more awoken. So yeah, research, guys. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you. And I'll be back. Like I said, stay blessed up, stay prayed up until I talk to you guys again. You guys have a great night. Peace.